Hey, good morning, everybody. So I talked about traction in the last video, and one of the examples that I like to talk about is Pinterest. And if any of you know the history of Pinterest, if you don't, I encourage you to look it up and research it. It's really interesting how they started. It wasn't, and it shows you how difficult it is to get traction. It wasn't, hey, let's start a platform for everybody to share pictures. I think if they had started with that in mind, it would have never taken off. Part of the reason it took off is because they indirectly, without really thinking about it, at least that wasn't their intention, it was pretty nichey, and they niched it down. And what I mean by that is that you should look at the YouTube video of the interview with the founder, but this is essentially the way he describes it, is he likes sharing pictures of bugs, and his friends like sharing pictures of bugs. And so they thought it'd be a great idea to put together a portal, a place where they could share pictures of bugs. And literally that's how it started. That was the premise of the original idea. And from there it just grew. Other people had interest in cars, in sports, other things that people had interest in, specifically went on there to share pictures and create groups with other individuals who wanted to share pictures of that interest as well. So again, had they started if they had started with the idea of, well, how do I make billions of dollars? How do I revolutionize the world? How do I build something big? How do I do any of that? I don't think they would have ever gotten off the ground, and the company would have been the success that it was. It was successful because it was very niche-y, and it viraled out of that niche, right? And then it went to another niche. Again, like Facebook was a niche kind of on-campus portal that then viraled out to other campuses. And so again, same for Facebook. And I'm sure with Facebook they probably had a bigger picture intent. I think with Pinterest it was less thought through that way of how to scale long term. I think for Facebook, I think they probably had an idea. They were smart to start on campus and go from there. But again, so whatever your idea is, just remember how difficult it is to get traction, how to get momentum, how to get people to see it, how expensive it is for people to see it, how expensive it is to acquire a customer. And you really want to think through all that as you think of an idea that you want to start, because that's probably one of the biggest challenges, one of the many challenges of starting a company, but that's definitely one of the big ones is how you're going to get traction, how you're going to get it off the ground, how you get people to see it. Can you afford the customer acquisition cost? And I think in one of my previous videos, I encourage you guys to go on Google Keyword Planner and look at the keywords, how competitive they are in your segment, how expensive they are. That's all very important. And again, for a business to start, you want to really niche it down and hopefully find some traffic online, because online is a great place to grow a business, right? Because you have pretty much at your fingertip, through the Google Ads of Facebook, all these different platforms, Instagram, that you can advertise on. You're able to get right in front of customers. Now the question is, how expensive is that going to cost you? How much is that going to cost you? What's the conversion rate? How many views, how many clicks do you need to actually get somebody to buy what you're selling? And are people interested in your solution in that segment? And again, it's the nice thing about the internet is you can test all that pretty quick, where in the old days it would take you a lot longer to test and see if somebody was interested in your idea. It was a lot more expensive. Now today, in a couple of weeks, you can start to get start feedback. So make sure you think through that of how am I going to get people to see my idea, because just basing it purely on luck, I think it's going to be a long uphill battle. Now obviously you want luck to play a part, and it does. Luck is part of it, right? I always say the four things for the business to be successful is idea, execution, luck, and timing. And luck obviously is the one that you probably have less control over. But I agree with the quote that the that Thomas Jefferson used to say as well, that the harder I work, the luckier I am. So I think you can create your luck as well. But in timing, you can sort of pick it. You know something's trending up, right? You want to work on something that's on their way up and not trending down. And then execution comes down to you. An idea obviously is important to get started, but most likely what you're going to be working on, that business in the next 5 years is not going to resemble the original idea that you had. It might not even be the same industry. It might be close to it. That idea gets you going, gives you momentum to get going, and then you'll pivot, you'll tweak, and it's very rare that you end up with the idea 10 years, even 5 years down the road, even 2 years. There'll be probably a bunch of pivots in there before you really start scaling. So make sure you think through all that. And again, I start out with the video with the Pinterest example, that it was really not planned, right, for them. They were just building something out of necessity, and literally around sharing pictures of bugs. I mean, who would have thought, right? I think if I would have told you guys, hey, I'm launching a platform for people to share pictures of bugs, well, that market's really small, right? And you probably wish me good luck. But again, they were able to viral out of that and get to other industries. So ideas are important, but don't get too bogged down in just the idea alone. The quicker you can test it, the quicker you can understand your traffic, the quicker you understand your conversion rate, customer acquisition cost, the better you're gonna be. And I'm here to help you with that. I'm gonna once we start getting some momentum here on the channel and some interest and some comments. I don't know what that'll be. I'll start putting together some weekly webinar calls that we can dive deeper into. But these are just kind of videos to kind of high level get you thinking. Also, I think there's a nugget in all these videos. That's why I like YouTube as well. There's a lot of people that I follow on there in different industries that I pick up a lot of stuff from. And this is my goal with this channel, is for you guys hopefully to pick up a couple of things that will make your business more successful. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, please like, subscribe and comment. Comment helps drive the conversation. All right, have a great day. We'll see you.